All right, man, here we are in the preseason. We're coming in number 12 in the nation. You know what I mean? Before we get our recruiting started and everything like that, we're going to go ahead and redshirt our players, set up the depth chart and everything. That way I see what I really need to recruit. And all right, man, so what we're going to do first things first, we're going to redshirt players. Not going to redshirt any of our quarterbacks. Going to let them rock out. Hannett here, he actually might, even though David Johnson ran really well whenever he spelled in for John Smith last year, I want a little bit more speed here. Hannon is 3 points faster, has +3 excel, something to look into. Maybe we need to dive into, our formation subs. Wide receivers here. Swanson has been playing since a true freshman. Austin Graham is the only true freshman running back. Is the only freshman receiver that we let rock out last year. I was really expecting Rick Wright to really be able to step up and be in a position to really take over it and play this year. Mike Johnson isn't starting over Jordan Merrill. He's just not fast enough. 84 speed. You have no business being in my slot. So there's no receivers to redshirt. We're going to go ahead and redshirt 2 of these tight ends. We can have somebody else fill in for a tight end. Harwell can hold it down. We don't have a lot of 2 tight end sets anyway. Left tackle is cool. Left guard is going to be a true freshman starting. We're going to go ahead and redshirt Shane Watkins, though, because he's got a true sophomore starting ahead of him. Good on right guard, good on right tackle. Left end, true freshman Burton. I wanted him to start this year. So let's just see, how they stack up with each other. Hit power is higher. Power move, finesse move. So yeah, Jared Burton, he needs the red shirt. He needs to get acclimated to everything. No rush on him. Go ahead and red shirt 2 of our right ends as well. Josh Griffin is the starter by a landslide. We'll go ahead and red shirt Tony Birch. We're gonna let Reed rock out. Jeff Thomas, left outside linebacker. You're gonna get red shirted. Same thing with Graham Sparks. I want you guys to get, everything. We need to get everything out of you that possible. Melvin Jack, I thought last year was going to be able to come in here and make a difference, but he's actually the worst corner on the depth chart right now. We are pretty fast at corner. We've come a long way. We used to be pretty slow. Gilbert is our slowest one at a 90. Sam Phillips is there. Ryan Walker, we're going to go ahead and redshirt him. He's really going to give Dale Johnson a run for his money next year for that starting spot. And then strong safety guy Davis, go ahead and redshirt him. We're going to redshirt our freshman kicker, Nick Wright, and then we're good at punter. So now we're ready to go ahead and set up this depth chart. All right, man, here we are at the depth chart. Like I said, John Wilson is his spot, no doubt about it. Taking a look at David Johnson and Jack Hannett here. They both break tackles. It's no major difference with +1. Both have the same truck rating. David Johnson has the higher elusiveness, higher ball carrier vision. The higher stiff arm, spin move is 5 points better. Juke is better. Carrying rating is better. He doesn't catch as well, but that doesn't matter. So, yeah, it looks like David Johnson is the guy. Hannett might still get some burn, might still get some PT this year, but no promises. You see here for our fullbacks, they rather bring in a right guard and our tight end to come spell for him. But we're going to keep running Marcus Hicks. And then we're going to bring our right guard back in here. Who are we having? Clifton Davis or Mike Thomas? We'll do Mike Thomas. I know Marcus Hicks isn't going to be the best blocker, but when we want to hit the tight end out of the backfield or maybe even possibly get a big run, we'll go ahead and use him. So wide receiver, like I said, Jordan Merrill is going to be the slot guy again. He played very huge for us. And Mike Johnson's speed or lack thereof is really making me question, do I even really want him start playing for me at all? His spec catch is better than Rick's. But, your spec catch I don't feel like gotta be that great when you're a 6'5". And it's one of our subscriber receivers. So we're going to go ahead and use him. So we got a 6'5", 6'2", 5'11", 6'5" receivers as our top 4. And we all know we run a vertical offense, so there's a lot of times we are going to actually have, a 4 wide receiver set. So you should see the field a lot. Left tackle, Kerry Dupree, that's all him. Our left guard, let's see here. C. Davis is the backup right guard, and I want to start this true freshman left guard. Just to give him that experience for next year and moving forward and everything like that. And his blocking isn't as good as Clifton Davis's. but you know what I mean, I think it's good enough to give him that experience. They're both freshmen, so you know what I mean, it's up in the air right now. Clifton Davis is going to play 100% next year, so I guess one could say I can just put the best guy on the field right now. Impact blocking is higher on Clifton Davis too. So yeah, Clifton Davis is going to go ahead and start. So with Clifton Davis starting now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go back into redshirt players. And we are actually going to redshirt our true freshman left guard, Steve Martin. I wanted him to play, but you know what I mean? I want him, he can save a year of eligibility and still get better. That's definitely a plus for us. So now that we got the offensive line situated, Steve Wright, redshirt sophomore, is going to start at left end. True freshman Josh Griffin is going to start at right end. So we do have freshman players coming in ready to make an impact day one. We got our top two D tackles right here, a 92 and a 74. That's all good. Karana Feast easily starting the left outside linebacker. You got Bobby Nichols, who's actually going to be the second string middle linebacker. Okay, I'll take that. And then Prater. So hold on, let me see. Bobby Nichols could start there. He's the backup there, but he's better than Prater on left outside linebacker. So Prater's going to lose his spot to Bobby Nichols. Another subscriber recruit in here, ready to come in and make a difference day one. You know what I mean? Definitely nothing wrong with that. Corners, Darius Chase, Zion Gilbert. Matt Peterson is stepping up, ready to play here. Ready to hold the slot down. Let's look at the coverage a little bit. See how close it is. So yeah, his man coverage and zone coverage are both higher than Justin Casey's. So Casey's gonna have to hold that. But maybe Casey can help us at safety. No. Sam Phillips, I forgot, and Amon Ross. Neither one of them are gonna give up those spots. We're gonna let John Miller. John Miller didn't play a lot of kicker last year. Well, he didn't even do kickoffs, and most of the big kicks we brought in Trep Coach just because he had 99 kick power. So this is his first time he can really come in and do something. Then we got the true freshman Greg Jacobs holding down the punter position. We want to put as much speed back here as possible. So we do have a 99 speed wide receiver who's a 92 overall kick returner, but he's only an 81 excel, so it's going to take him forever to hit his top speed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw Jordan Merrill back here, 95 speed, 99 excel. And then we're going to throw, who else did I just see back there? 99 excel, high excel anyway. So Jordan Merrill. Then we could throw our boy Sam Phillips back there. So those are going to be our two kick returner. And then, so we're going to go ahead and put Merrill there again. So Zion Gilbert, I want to put him back there. He had a big kick return back for a touchdown, you know what I'm saying, in the national title game. He's not that fast. He proves speed is and everything, but we're going to change that narrative here a little bit this year. We're used to not being one of the faster teams on the field, so we definitely want to change that. All right, man, so here we are getting ready for recruiting. First things first, the first thing I do, take a look at what we need team-wise. So it says we only need a D tackle, but I know what I'm personally trying to bring in. You know what I mean? So we'll bring in athletes and we'll see what they are after we scout them and everything like that. Speed guys. We got a 4-star D tackle that want to come after us. So after I add those dudes, I usually go to all the position need positions that they say we need, and I add all those guys. I don't add any more than 20 guys to my recruiting list at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I personally like to do because you can you get 200 recruiting points, and that will perfectly get you to recruit 20 players. I mean, to scout 20 players. But we try to bring in corners. So what we look for, if we can't get the 4 stars or the 5 stars, we look for the speed guys. They usually turn out being pretty good. And then I'll show you guys what we do later on in the season when we need to add more depth. So we got some free safeties who want to come to the squad, but nobody that just stands out on paper. So they could be gems, but we won't focus on that right now. We do know we need a kicker coming in soon, so we'll wait on that. You know, that's definitely not high on the priority list. A punter wants to come to our squad. So here we go. So now that we got everything for our position needs and everything there, what we do right here, we just check out the people that are interested in us. And what we do try to do, we try to get people that are going to make a difference off rip. But like, say if we look at a lot of these athletes, and a lot of these athletes are receivers or all running backs or all one position, we'll end up dropping them off the board and adding people. So you see, this is everybody whose list we were first on. You know what I'm saying? We got a quarterback that wants to come to us. We're at 19. We're at 19 prospects and everything like that. And then we'll add, I'll say, another middle linebacker. So we got our 20 guys. This is not the end of recruiting, for the year. Some of these people are going to fall off of this list right now when we recruit them and everything like that. So first, Tim Hancock, an athlete. He's plus 392 speed. He's a receiver, and he can also play DB. So for us, with a man coverage of 85, zone coverage 88, if we get him at 92 speed, he's more likely going to be moving to safety. Stephen Bain, another athlete, plus 3. Catching's low, but he's good in coverage. And remember, I said we needed corners, and both of our safeties are, seniors. So we definitely want to keep improving there, keeping depth. Athlete Josh Gary, His coverage stuff is high. He's only a 72, 91 speed. We'll keep him on there for now. We won't kick him off. Justin Hodges, plus 1. He's a 76. For D tackle, I like to keep depth. We don't ever I'm not looking for a super duper game changer. He's definitely not it. James Cunningham, the first person gonna get kicked off the list, -2. Cornerback Grant Robinson. He said he was a 4.3 speed, 96, 89 speed. Pretty good coverage though. Doug Jackson here, 94, 93, 84, 85 coverage. Definitely looking good there. Heath Love, plus 3, 95, 92. Great coverage. Antoine Smith. The one thing I want to do, our offense is always pretty good, man, but I definitely want to shore up this defense. You know what I mean? Antoine Smith, he's looking like a, let's see. He's definitely not a receiver or anything. He's definitely a defensive player, maybe a D tackle, maybe even a D end or a linebacker. Justin Holt, plus 4, 87, 88, 93 carrying, 74 catch, 85 route running, 77 release. He's not the fastest, but he can definitely stay on the list. Bobby Fowler, and I'm going to go ahead and take him off. We're deep at receiver, but just because you're deep, quantity doesn't always define quality. As we find our first gem here, plus 5, 76 overall, still nothing too crazy. 84 route running, 75 catch, 92 speed. Use him in the slot, use him in the special teams. Plus 3, this dude's just not fast enough. 86 speed, he's got a 96 XL, so he's gonna get to that top speed quick. But I'm good on that. -4 on that linebacker. He's going. Derek Warren, -2, but he's 81 speed, 89 XL. Block shedding could be a little better. He's good in coverage, good in tackle, doesn't hit the harder. So when you got a faster linebacker like that, I like to keep them around, just especially when we lost Achilles Leroy and Azeez Al-Shahir over the last couple years. 150 points left, 3 prospects. Another athlete, Ryan Willis. He's a receiver. Oh, he could possibly play a little bit quarterback too at 90 speed. I wouldn't mind having that DeAndre type quarterback again. And this one right here, Rico Hodges. He's a pocket quarterback, nothing too special, but I don't mind adding depth. I don't mind carrying 4 quarterbacks at a time. The middle linebacker, Ryan Fields, he is a bust. You know what I mean? He is not as good as anybody thought. So after scouting and everything like that, we have 15 players on our board who we'll move forward with for the first couple of weeks of the season. And then after a while, we'll start trying to add more recruits as we possibly sign people or fall too low on somebody's board and everything like that. Now here we are, custom schedule. Right now we're at an F. You know what I mean? We're going to be playing only ranked teams once again. Alabama's coming into the season ranked 20. Virginia Tech, Wake Forest. We could play UCLA, Texas A&M, Stanford, Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State, North Carolina. We'll start off with North Carolina. They're number 7 in the nation. They're higher ranked than us. We don't want to come out too crazy. Work down the list again. We got number 5 Michigan. We can play number 1 Ohio State, number 6 Penn State. And remember, a lot of these teams, they play hard, tough schedules too, so they may not be ranked where they're expected to be ranked. We played Ohio State really, really well against Tate Martell last year. That was a good game. So we'll go ahead and add Michigan to that. We'll go ahead and play that one on the road, even though it doesn't make a difference. Arizona, they're definitely getting booted. We could play number 2 Auburn, SEC team. That's who we just beat in the national championship. So let's see. Ohio State is still there. Ohio State's pretty much open all year round. You know what I mean? But we're going to go ahead and add Penn State, playing them on the road, back-to-back road games. Big Ten schools gives us a B+. New Mexico State, they're done. We're going to get them off here. We're going to go ahead and add Auburn. Add Auburn, we'll play them at home. Connecticut, we're moving them. We'll go ahead and play LSU. So we're making this the toughest schedule, period. You know what I mean? At least coming into the season. By the looks of it, it's the toughest schedule. We're going to play all ranked teams. No team except for FIU, our rivalry game. We're going to leave our rivalry game just because rivalry games are big deals. You know what I mean? I'm in the rivalries. I love seeing rivalry games being played and everything like that. Nebraska or Pitt, we'll go ahead and leave Nebraska. Maybe they'll be better and win them with their way up. And so it looks like this week we actually will not be able to play in ranked schools. So we'll go ahead and play Army. I had a couple people ask me about FAU versus Army. I'll start adding those two to each other's schedule. USC is up here. They're number 19. We'll go ahead and switch with Maryland. They're ranked higher, so maybe they'll be ranked later on in the season. USC also has a chance. We're going to go ahead and add Cal, and that is going to do it. That is the A+ schedule. So starting off, we got North Carolina at home, Michigan, Penn State, back-to-back road games, back-to-back home games, Auburn, LSU, Penn State Notre Dame on the road, Mississippi State at home, Nebraska away, Army at home. We got Maryland. We'll play Maryland away. We'll play Cal at home, and then the neutral. And then we got the rivalry game with Florida International. And on paper, they're actually a pretty good team, man. Like, it took us a while to really run away with the game last year. So they're one of the sleeper teams on this game that get better every single year, too. So we can't just count them out. And then another thing we're going to go ahead and do and switch right here. You know what I mean, for you guys. We're going to go ahead and change the Dynasty rules. You see Heisman everything. People do ask me and everything. I don't really mess with the penalty sliders, but I will try to probably find some of those and fix them for you guys. What we're going to do here, we're going to put all of our stuff on 40. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, except for the kicking stuff. All that's going to stay on 50. All right, guys, so I'm sitting here editing this video, and when I got to the computer sliders and tried to change things, I just didn't like the way I sounded. I was tripping over my words. I couldn't really edit anything out to get it right. But here are the computer sliders and what we will be using this season. You know what I mean, for FAU. Computer is going to be all 60 everything, except for kicking. And then what you just did see, which was right, we're going to be all 40 everything except for kicking. So that's all I wanted to fix and get to you guys. All right, man, here we are, week 1. You see we have 4 preseason All-Americans, 14 All-Conference. Like I said, we're still number 12 in the nation, excuse me. All right, so taking a look at this year's top 25 coming into the season. Ohio State, Auburn, LSU, Mississippi State, Michigan round out the top 5. Penn State, North Carolina, Stanford, Oklahoma, UCLA, that's the 10. Then you got South Carolina, us. We actually come into this season as a 5-star school, 93 overall, 97 offense, 92 defense. So our offense is actually going to be the one expected to carry us this year. The rest of the top 25, Alabama's 20. They're still coming in almost 99 everything. Texas A&M, Florida, Nebraska. Texas is right there on the outside looking in. Taking a look at the Heisman watch, and our boy John Wilson is number 5 on the list. Got Connor Blumrick of Texas A&M, Trey Sermon of Oklahoma, Avery Davis of Notre Dame, Cade Remsburg of Air Force Academy, and John Wilson of FAU. Definitely a good look, man. He played well last season. He had his ups and downs, but he was able to get us a national title, and he played well in that game. First team All-Americans preseason. True sophomore Austin Graham. He was a freshman All-American last year. He's the only one that made first team. Okay, Zion Gilbert makes second team preseason returner. He won returner of the year last year. Sadly, he will not be returning kicks for us this year. You know what I mean? And then on the defensive side of the ball, Darius Chase and Sam Phillips are both second team All-Americans. They said we had 14 All-Conference. So John Smith, Austin Graham. How can our quarterback, so taking a look at the All-Conference first team, John Smith, Austin Graham, probably some more defensive guys went too fast. We got Chase Hooper, Karana Feast, Darius Chase, Sam Phillips, Amon Ross. And then the second team, John Wilson, James Swanson, Manning, Thomas, Goodman, Zion Gilbert at corner, looking to have a big year out of him this year. And then our senior kicker, John Miller. All right, man, surprisingly, we are considered the 20th toughest place to play in the country. We have a current win streak of 8 games at home. Continuing to hold it down at FAU Stadium. Got to protect the house. Quick championship contenders outlook for the next 4 years. We come in this year ranked 12th in the nation. We're projected to be 8th in the nation in 2018. Then the next 2 years after that, they expect us to be the top team in the nation. We definitely need to continue to play like it. You know what I mean? And another thing I'll do here in the preseason, we'll go ahead and knock out this first week of recruiting, since you guys want to see more recruiting. You know what I mean? This off-season, preseason video is going to be a two-parter, just like last year. You know what I mean? But first things we do that I like to do, since we have instant commit, I go ahead and everybody I'm in first place with, I go ahead and offer them a scholarship to see if they will sign. We don't get Hancock. We don't get Bain. We do get Josh Gary. Okay, first commit. We don't get Hodges. We're not there with Travis Mosley. We're going after Grant Robinson. He doesn't commit. Second place there. Fourth place there. First place on Antoine Smith. We don't get him to commit. We usually get way more commits than that. Okay, we get wide receiver Justin Hope. First place with Nick Samuel. He doesn't choose to come. Can we get Derek Warren? No, he doesn't come. Aaron Robinson? Nope. We got to let 2 more people. We don't get Ryan Willis, and we're in second place with Rico Hodges. So out of the 2 people that we offer scholarships for, you know what I mean, the first week, we were able to get 2 out of the 15. Not a bad look at all. We'll go ahead and go full tilt over Hancock, Bain. So what I do, I give all my points to everybody and see how many people I can give all the points to before I start rationing them out. So we make it all the way down to Nick Samuel, right? So Hancock. All right, so here we are. We got to divvy out the points and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and put Hancock to 500. And I know everybody doesn't need this many points. This is how I like to do it. You know what I mean? I ration the points around and everything like that. Usually the guys I'm behind, I try to keep them up on 700. That way we can get all caught up. You know what I mean? Some guys you go full tilt over. Some guys you don't have to. Some guys you can put 10 points on them, and no matter what, you're pretty much going to be close to getting them the whole time compared to the other schools. They just don't go recruiting after them that hard. But it's also just the first week, so those first 550 points we spend on offering scholarships, we're going to get all those points back. So right here, we got 4 recruits left, and we got 1,200 points. So I'll go ahead and give all them 300 for now for this week till we get the rest of those points back. And then also after the first week, you kind of see, you know what I mean, who really is interested in your school. Because sometimes you can give somebody 700 points, and the next week you'll be behind 400 or 500 points because they like the other school more. Yeah, it's just one of those things, but we do have all of our recruiting maxed out. Unable to give everybody 300 points because I forgot we spent 550 on offering scholarships, not 500. You know what I mean? My math ain't that bad. So what we'll do here, we'll find one of these people here to give just 450 to, since they're over that threshold of 300. I like to give at least everybody 300 points. You know what I mean? And then we'll move it to next week and see what's what. All right, man. So that pretty much does it for the preseason. We'll go ahead and get this week moved and everything like that. Getting ready for season number 5 here at FAU. Coming fresh off of the BCS national title win. Seeing if we can repeat. If we can somehow repeat, I'll probably go ahead and do one more season after that. And then we'll be moving on to the next dynasty. But this dynasty has been really, really fun so far. And I definitely appreciate you guys supporting it and holding it down, man, and enjoying the content. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, stop and smash that like button. Hit me up in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new. Once you subscribe, go ahead and hit that little bell notification. That way you won't miss any videos that we post for this season, for this series. You know what I mean? You can just come along on a ride. I plan on playing every game this year. We made the sliders harder, so if I blow a team out, I don't want to hear any complaining from you guys, but it's all in good fun. I know you guys want to make it more challenging and more entertaining for you. So it's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject, arcadegames.com. I'm out of here. Peace.